Welcome back to 1876 Sports and Culture Podcast, a show focused on highlighting the illustrious Prairie View A&M University, the HBCU of Texas, by promoting SWAC and the HBCU experience, featuring your fellow PV Panthers, Roland Austin, Jay Cleasy, Big Mike Washington, three-time SWAC champ Gati Werema, former drum major HBCU band historian Shawnetta Haskell, and Al Williams, driving the show from the Hill. Please subscribe and follow us on social media at 1876 SCP. And don't forget, we do it for the culture.
And welcome to the 1876 Sports and Culture Podcast. Happy Black History Month. It is now the month of February, the month we set aside. Yes, the month that we let everybody else recognize. But it's Black History Month every month to us. So, yeah, this is when everybody else. It's okay to be a Negro this month, y'all.
You know what, man? I think Morgan Freeman said it best years ago. He said, "You know what? I don't want Black History Month. He like we don't need to consolidate and condense all our history into the shortest month of the year. Let's figure out how we can incorporate this thing. It is history. It is history. But again, this is our time to shine. So hey, man, we gonna shine.
Hey, it is.
But who created
is Florida celebrating? Is Florida celebrating Black History? I don't know.
Probably not. Probably.
They got that ball and that fade on that meme to my.
Hey, I blame every last one of them Negroes in the state of Florida for either voting for that fool or not voting at all. It's y'all fault.
Yeah, there it is. We trying to tell you.
Right.
We trying to tell you. So great week this week. It was the official signing of the letters of intent. Or affectionately known as signing day. So I know PV had an event down at the nursing school in Houston. You guys were there. So what was that atmosphere like?
Man, it was a great time. It was the first event since 2019 that we were actually able to gather together and celebrate National Signing Day collectively for PV. It was rowdy. It was nice. You had old, new, and in between. Yeah. We had a nice time. They fed us.
They did. I was actually shocked to see the mix of people. That was a good thing to see, man. Between, like you say, some of the older alums, newer alums, the in between folks. I'd say the energy was getting there, right? The MC did his part, I guess. Shout out to him. He boasted the numbers on that helmet, though. I got to give it to him.
Say. So yeah, the excitement was the auction. They auctioned off jerseys and helmets. And when you talking about applying pressure, that brother applied pressure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he did.
The bidding started out at what, 400 on a Magic helmet and another one on a jersey. Man, it ended up selling for like 4,100.
Yes.
5 G's.
What?
Yeah, man.
Did y'all get his name and number? We might need to use him in future services.
Yeah,
go ahead. He's a sportscaster on Fox News. I forgot his name.
Oh man,
him and Bubba are tight, so he came and did the event.
Out here feeding the multitudes.
Hey, and then Coach McDowell out here throwing tickets in. He like, hey,
man, we already had 4 G's. What you doing?
He was like, if the next person with the highest bid, I'm gonna throw in 2 free tickets to the Houston Texans game.
Yeah, man.
He
was patting the deal real nice. But this was the takeaway. The takeaway was, I felt like, honestly, I ain't gonna lie, I felt like I was back in church again. But the takeaway was, it was in the room. It was in the room. So don't tell me we can't raise money, because 4 G's for a helmet was in that room that night. And you talking about, what, 25 people?
It wasn't no more than 30, 40 people.
So, hey, man, we got them.
You had a winning bid of about 4,200. Then you had another winning bid of what, 25 to $3,000.
Yeah.
See, they need the lights on like the Players Club. There's money out here.
There's money out here in these streets. It's money out here in these PV streets.
It's where the money resides.
Hey.
But that
Man,
was
so
good, man. That was exciting. That was really exciting.
another drop this week. The football schedule came out. Man, I'm already looking around like I'm gonna need a membership for the IV bar because good gracious, man, it's just back to back to back. Joe, run it down for us, man.
Hey, man, you best to get hydrated. So that first game is at TSU, the Labor Day Classic. It's at their soccer stadium. You know it get hot as hell up in there, so you best to get a suite if you don't want to be sweating like you working on a slave farm out there. The next game is on a yard, Abilene Christian. So we had a tough time with Abilene Christian at their house in Abilene. They come to our house this year, and we got if you recall, our defensive line was worn down by their big offensive line. So recruiting, our signing day event was all about making that D-line stout. Next game in Dallas, SMU. You best to not. Yeah, man. You better leave your pistol and your alcohol and your doobies at home. Don't put it in your car because you know what neighborhood SMU resides in. I'm just saying. You can.
But you can drink beer. You can drink beer.
Yeah, you good with the beer.
They like beer.
Hey, man, listen. Don't play in no folks' neighborhood. I'm gonna tell you right now. You play if you wanna.
We got to go a couple exits south. We got to get into Addison or something like that before. But don't do it in Highland Park.
No,
the tailgate will be at a remote location.
If you ever want to find out if you are the same or not, die with that weekend to test that degree.
By the George Bush Presidential Library in Highland Park.
George Bush's neighborhood, man.
Yes.
You want to play, buddy? Don't play around over there.
So then we got to go to Alcorn this year, September the 23rd. We got to go to Lorman. I've never made that trip. I might try to put it on my calendar to make it to
last time I was in
Norman.
Last time I was there was to see Steve Air McNair, probably the greatest quarterback in college football history. And the game was over in maybe the first 5 minutes, bro.
You know what?
But I had a good time.
Excuse me. Alcorn.
Yeah, that's right. We got to say it right.
No dig there. Then the business as usual, September 23rd, Grambling at Dallas. We are the home team, which means the sun will not be all up in our face for the whole first half of the game.
So we in Dallas two times in the same month.
Yo.
Man, I got to stack these vacation days. It's going to be tight on you, boy.
It's going to be tight. Then we got Valley on the yard. We got their running back, so we don't have to worry about him running for 11 yards on us. We got them on campus.
I hope he does run that many yards that game because, listen.
The other way.
Then we have the former HBCU, now known as Houston Christian University, October the 14th on campus. No, excuse me. At their house. At their house. I guess they didn't want
that memo.
Yeah,
they kicked the Baptists out. Baptists
man.
It's all about inclusion.
Inclusion. You don't want to piss off no Christians. You just want to make sure that your name indicates that everybody is welcome because you need all that tithe money.
Look, all dollars are equal.
They want them Pentecostals up in them stands, huh?
Yeah, man.
Put that finger up.
That's right. Then we have a bye week, and then we make that trip to Florida, baby. FAMU, October the 28th, for their homecoming in Tallahassee, baby.
Hey, we're going to be 12 deep in that Airbnb with one bathroom.
I was going to say, PSA, if you have not secured, and this is no joke, if you have not secured, stop the music. If you have not secured your spot right now, just stay at home and watch it. It's not
the closest hotel is in Albany, Georgia. I'm just going to tell you. An hour and 45 minutes away. The closest available hotel is in Albany, Georgia. And ain't no rental cars at Orlando. Ain't no rental cars at Jacksonville. And ain't no rental cars at Tallahassee.
Yo, already. Stay behind Atlanta and drive down that day and drive back because unless you got the bank like that to pay $500 a night at the America's Best Inn.
Yes. with the balcony where your room enters off the balcony.
And the hotel rooms that are available, they $500 to $1,000 a night for a regular old Hilton.
No, those are not Hiltons, buddy. Those are America Best. Okay,
America's Best,
formerly known as hourly spots. So,
hey,
with the bed with the quarter machine.
Exactly.
Before y'all put this public service announcement out there, have we reserved our Airbnb?
Ed Drayton got one. It's a 3-bedroom with 5 beds and 1 bathroom. So some of us gonna have to bring a inflatable mattress because we gonna be deep as hell.
Hey,
that's a guy's trip. We can't bring the wives on that. Ain't we Viking style on that trip.
We gonna get our KB on. We gonna find a chair.
Yes. Oh Lord, not the KB.
That's how you gonna do? That's the KB, baby.
I can't do the KB.
Hey, so here's the killer though. Here's the killer.
That's my dog though.
The next week is our homecoming against Pine Bluff.
Wearing me out, man. I'm tired already.
November 4th.
I'm exhausted.
The week after we come from FAMU.
I'm gonna show up Thursday. I'm gonna be hangry, man. I'm gonna have a bad attitude.
Al, you know the way the 2-6 roll now. The Thursday of homecoming has become that's the night for us. We get it on. We don't go to sleep till about 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
See, at last homecoming, I'm like, we gonna walk down. We gonna take this slow.
I'm not playing with y'all.
Just one water, one drink. And here comes somebody with some brownies. Oh, see.
I'm gone. I'm not playing with y'all.
I'm coming Friday, man. I ain't coming Thursday.
You ain't coming Thursday?
Hell no.
I'm showing up Saturday for the game. I mean, straight Saturday for the game, and I'm back out right after. Might even be during halftime.
Be like Pank to be up in the game sleep.
Yeah. And then the next week is Southern.
Oh Lord.
November 11th.
Man, this schedule right here. If you went to the
last one, hey man, yeah. But we ain't done. And then the week after that is Alabama State on the yard.
On the yard.
See, they didn't have no consideration for us old head fans, man. I mean, how are we going to stay hydrated this many weeks in a row?
Like I told y'all on text the other day, YOLO, baby. Let's get it.
We're going to be tapping out by the time we get to Houston Christian. Houston Christian, we're going to be tapping out. Like, is it game streaming?
I'm going to try to hit all them things.
Listen, you might as well go ahead and just rent an RV from the end of August until the end of November. Just go ahead and just keep it for 2 months, all the way through. That ain't more work, man. That's straight up rolling up. I'm good. I'm not playing with nobody this year. 2 months of an RV, and that's just gonna be my life for those weekends. This is ridiculous.
Next level.
Nah. See, when they gotta dump that bad boy, y'all can come get this.
Yeah, I ain't messing with that. So anyway, that's what it is, man. We gonna see what the record shake out, but that's what it is.
I gotta start working out and hydrating and cryotherapy or something, man. Because this
is not for the faint at heart.
So a smart person would have a portable IV up on the yard, baby.
I'm gonna talk to Tammy. You know what?
You've been
it ain't nothing but saline. That's just salt water, right? She got a license. We had one of them RVs set up as the hydration station.
Man, $50 a pop. $50 a pop.
Nah, bro, it's $200.
Oh, it's $200 for those drips.
When you go to, it's $200. They charge it because they put the vitamins in there and all of that. Yeah, man. But it's about 50 cents worth of saline.
Yeah,
that's all profit.
$200 a drip.
Yeah, don't worry about
it. It's worth it, bro.
6 drips too.
Trust me, it's worth it. I'll pay it happily. Yes, sir.
To make it through the weekend. Let's do it.
To make it. When you be praying like, Lord, just let me make it through, IV, he be like, see, I sent this IV for you.
I need Ed to hurry up and get that internet run down there so we can get the cash apps going.
That's it. That's it. I'll run to the ATM for that one.
Okay. Cash
all right. So now we had signing day, but it's still 11 players in the portal. I wonder if you in the portal right now and you had a really good spot where you were, are you panicking?
Mama.
See what had happened.
Yeah.
Well, we know last season, 50% of the players in the portal were left unsigned.
Yeah.
Be careful.
You're panicking because when you put your name in a portal, that previous school, your scholarship is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you a 5-star that they really want to beg to come back, your scholarship gone. So you sitting at mama daddy house with no scholarship, no place to go. They looking at you like, why in the
And you
hell
know
did you
mama's
talk to
talking
me?
about them bad.
Yes.
Mamas ain't gonna talk about them to their face, but mama's gonna talk about them when the mama on the phone with her friend. Her girl, he had a full scholarship, and this fool jumped in this thing called the portal, and now he at home and ain't
Yep.
even washing no dishes.
Yep. Because 8 times out of 10, they did not talk to their parents before they put their name in that portal. Promise you.
I hear on the
See?
portal.
Out here on the portal.
On the portal.
He in some portal party or something. No, man. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. You better sit tight, youngsters. I'm telling you,
College athletics.
50% is the ratio. 50% left unsigned. Good luck with that. All right. Let's see. I got a question.
Yes.
Now, with signing day, we saw Albany State, whose coach later had to come out and release a statement, but we also saw Alabama A&M try to be second chance you, offering up scholarships to some of these quarterbacks who said some things that should have disqualified them from attending an HBCU. They offered these fools. What's really going on?
The culture's getting skewed, man.
Well, so let's this what had happened. It was a highly recruited QB, non-melanated QB who was caught on video singing a rap song.
He was in his groove.
And 99.9% of rap songs got the N-word in it.
But you got to practice your.
He was flowing.
Tony Romo did it. You don't let the whole thing out. You got to.
Hey, and so when that video came out, the University of Florida dropped his scholarship offer. So then later on, Albany State, Quinn Gray, a graduate of Florida A&M University, who's now the head coach of Albany State, gave him a scholarship offer because I guess he really needed a quarterback. And then your boy down Maynard, Coach Maynard at Alabama State, gave him an offer.
Alabama A&M.
Alabama A&M, excuse me, because Alabama State got him
get you
already. I'm sorry, my bad. Yo, so yeah, they acted as second chance. Them coaches just want to win games. But then what you saw on social media from our people, who are the most forgiving people of all time, came out saying, hey, why not? He's a kid. He made a mistake. Why not give them an opportunity to come and redeem himself? HBCUs are here for everyone.
Yeah, we're here for everyone. But just like when you on the airplane, and they give you those instructions before you ever take off, please secure your mask before assisting others. I'm going to leave it right there.
Hey, Albany State alum spoke up, and a couple of days later,
that coach wrote a long letter.
A long letter of apology saying, hey, basically he said, I'm sorry, I stepped across the line. I didn't know no better, but I rescinded scholarship. I heard how y'all felt, and they Albany State's alumni made it clear that they wasn't with the second chance you situation.
Yeah, I'm not saying that the young man shouldn't ever play again, but you got to take some steps. You got to show some effort. It's just like if you get benched, when you go to practice, I need a little something extra. You need to say I went to rehab, or I joined the local NAACP, or, I joined NSB at the campus. I joined the African Student Union. You took some steps. You made some effort. Not what? I ain't do nothing.
I was just singing my song.
I was just singing a song.
Jamming to my groove.
But hey, you know what? The old dude in me is going to take it in another direction too, though. If you don't want folks out here saying this word,
that part.
If you got a problem, then don't put it in every song you make.
And that's because it ain't.
Very valid.
Culture is for sale, buddy.
It's for sale.
And you want them records, those streams, and all that stuff purchased. You think they ain't humming the words to the songs, bro?
Bruh,
Man.
I cringe when I'm at the park or somewhere and somebody playing music, and every other word is let's just say it, nigga, nigga this, nigga that, nigga what, nigga how, nigga who.
Well,
What y'all making money off of it?
yeah,
I mean, so
understand. We did have a song that had those exact lyrics.
yeah,
Exactly.
Listen, I get checked on this all the time, man, with my own kids. You know, I'm like, oh my God, what's this garbage y'all listening to? And then don't forget, we had a whole song that used to say, yeah. Okay, but that's not it, and it's good. But you know what? That says that your level of maturity is continuing to elevate, right? And again, those things are done in immaturity and is done in youthful ignorance, and it is part of their culture. You know, like I've had that discussion with my own, right? I got 2 teenagers, and some of them, both of them said that it's contextual, right? They'll let some of their non-melanated friends.
Oh no! Oh no!
They say it's contextual. Well, we're in a different space, man. We're kind of like, you know, we about 90-10 where I am. And
ain't no
they're like,
context.
they look at them differently depending on the context, right?
Ain't no context.
and that's what we need to get rid of right there.
Yeah, that
Ain't no
context.
context.
That's why this boy thought he could do that. Maybe it ain't his fault.
Do we remove the word altogether? Do we stop giving the word? So, and you know, there's arguments on both sides, right? One can say the use of the word is taking away the energy from the word. Not really, because there's still a lot of a lot of angst and a lot of PTSD associated with that word, especially depending on where you hear it. And I'm with you, Joe. I can be out somewhere and I hear it too much. It's like, good God, man, there's no clean version. Oh, that is the clean version, really? What happened? We're not going to say out in public, and I don't know. I think we've gone down the path so far that we're not going to be able to turn around.
Oh, it's done.
It's done. We're all the way out there now, and so I think all we can do now is continue to talk about it, educate the individuals about why the word. I mean, it's there are a number of speeches and everything else out there to support either side, but you got to keep talking about it. You know, we can't keep sweeping it under the table and saying just don't do it. It's not gonna.
I just know when I'm on a yard and I hear folks say it, I look at them like, say, bro, you know, when you leave this yard, you don't need to be saying that word no more. So just get your mind right.
Get your mind right. Get your mind right. All right, y'all. We're going to take a quick break, and I'm going to take a moment of privilege again, and we're going to do some stuff out of order. We're going to bring in our guest next. We're going to go straight to the flagpoles, and then we'll come back and talk basketball.
Okay.
Joining us, we've got the coach for the Nickels on here. Alumna of Grambling State University, Graham fam, now down at PV. And unfortunately, he didn't make all the right choices in life. He is a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, one of them January babies. What's going on, Coach? You know we're going to rag you a little bit, Coach.
Yes, sir. Hey, the best of the 1911, man.
There it is. There it is. Y'all deep out here. You know, we got our assistant athletic director. He stay active on IG. Yeah, so I see y'all out here in these streets.
Yes, sir, man. Got to be active, man. Got to be active.
Yes, sir. So, Coach, go ahead, Joe.
I will say I will give it to him. He ain't as pretty boyish as some of the other ones, so we'll let him make it.
A little rough around the corners at times. You know? But look, it's still in me. It's still in me.
You said it's still in me? See, we looking for them pink gators like Coach Dooley used to walk around with the matching bow tie.
And the ascot.
Yes, sir. Hey, he was fire, boy.
He was.
All right, Coach, so we coming fresh off of signing day, and how you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling well, man. I think we got some key pieces that we was missing. Of course, some guys got out here that graduated, got their degree, and some of them are still training for pro day. But I think we, as a coaching staff, put together a good class, and of course, you know, we left some scholarships in our back pocket for some transfer guys that's coming up. So, you know, just be well of that, and of course, you know, the foundation is here. We got some high school guys brought in, and then we're gonna go and probably get about 5 or 6 more transfers to kind of solidify that deal.
Okay. So, Coach, you know, like you said, a lot of guys graduated with their degree.
Yes,
And
sir.
for a lot of us, hey, your degree is your pro. So if they get to go play at the next level, cool. But if not, they still got a degree. So I think that's a huge thing about this program is guys leave here with a degree. Parents, make sure if you sign your child to go somewhere, make sure he's gonna leave with that degree.
Yes, sir. And again, like I said, that's the first thing we preach here. That's our motto. Always secure the parents and let them know the first thing they come do is be a student. And the football, they'll be right after. So again, we're gonna promise them that degree. You come in and do what you're supposed to do and leave out, you're gonna be successful without that football.
There it is. Go ahead, Joe.
Love it. Coach Burton, just from my estimation, from looking at the signing day list, it appears that the focus was on recruiting positions of need that could provide an immediate impact from day one, come this fall. If that is the case, if I'm correct in that opinion, can you explain how to PVFAM how that affected your recruiting strategy in regards to the percentage mix between JUCO players to high school players?
Yes, sir. So again, based off what we lost this past upcoming season, and then again trying to get guys right now that can play. Of course, we signed some mid-year guys. Of course, guys that graduated from JUCO in December. Brought those guys in for January so we can get them in the system, get them rolling, get them in the weight room, get them eating. However, we need to get their bodies to be for this upcoming spring season. We're doing that now. And I know losing 5 guys off that interior defensive line, the trenches, that's where it starts, in the trenches, offense and defense. We had to go get guys to basically take the next role of Troy James, take the next role of Dante Carter, Kevin Victoria, and Isaiah Hunt. You name those guys. Those guys played really tremendous big minutes for us these past 3 years. So those guys had a chemistry. Those guys was always around each other. So now we had to bring in about 3 or 4 more guys from that JUCO round to come in and literally hit it from day one. And I know that kind of hurt some of the high school kids because, again, you want to bring high school kids come in and start your foundation. But, again, we had to go get guys that are ready right now or close to being ready as possible.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting as we progress in this era of the portal to see where do those guys who used to go to FBS, are they now going FCS? The guys that are going FCS, are they now going NAIA or JUCO and then develop for 2 years and then make that leap? So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out for some of those kids. And then also, we heard last week that the NCAA was getting rid of the standardized testing requirement. So this whole landscape is completely different than it was 2 years ago.
Definitely. It's changing each and every season. And again, just as coaches trying to stay on top of everything, all the rules and all the things you can and can't do nowadays. So again, as coaches, it ain't just about X and O's. You got to make sure you follow the rules and keeping everything in line.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Roland.
Yeah. So, Coach, we bumped into each other the first time getting our cars washed there in Cypress.
Yes, sir. I remember.
But no, let me ask you this: what do you think is our strategy in terms of understanding the things that we are, not just from a team perspective, right, but also from a supporting element, right? You mentioned about nutrition, get them into the weight room, all the things. How do we solidify when we get a kid on campus? How do you actually get them to sign and say, hey, this is where they want to be? What is that secret sauce that you guys use to get them to say, yeah, this is going to be my next home?
Well, being honest, and some people do not know, but if you step foot on Prairie View A&M campus, it's beautiful. The campus sells itself. That's before we even talk about football. The grass is green, no trash on the ground, it's upkept.
No shade.
No shade to anybody. But again, just talking about my HBCU in Prairie View, man, it's a well-kept school. And then when you start to get inside the buildings, and it's take you away with all the technology, the way it looks, the way it's structurized, those things right there sell it on its own. Now, when we talk about football and how we're going to hone in on that kid's skills to put him at the next level once, he graduates at Prairie View, then, of course, that's the extra. But just coming to Prairie View is on his own, and just going to the dorms, the rec center, the football facility, the football field, the locker room, the medical room, the weight room, you name it. Those buildings across campus are second to none. And again, I never even stepped foot on Prairie View A&M campus before I took the job. I never. That was the only SWAC school at the time that I'd never been on a campus because, again, I'm from Grambling, went to Grambling State. We always met up in Dallas. So I never had a need to actually come out into Prairie View for any other reasons. So when I got here, I was just blown away with my very first day. Like it was like a kid at the candy store. You know,
made you feel some kind of way. This the school we used to talk about?
Yes, sir.
Talk about this?
Yes, sir.
Hey, and not to throw shade on our cousins next door in Louisiana, but you know their facilities don't match up to our facilities. And if you look at the signing day list, yeah, we got a bunch of kids from Texas, but we got a couple kids from the state of Louisiana too. And, you know, that's a sore subject for PV alum. And so I want to ask you, you know, give your opinion of if and why it's important for us to continue to cultivate those relationships with the high school players in the state of Louisiana.
Because it's the next neighboring state, and you know it as well. Texas and Louisiana create some of the most athletic individuals across any sport: football, basketball, baseball, you name it. So again, you know those guys have the foundation. It's something in that water, and of course, Louisiana being my home state, you know the population is smaller, but when you stick your hand in that cookie jar, you can grab a gem. You can from the north to the central Louisiana to South Louisiana. It doesn't matter. Those kids play football out there. And again, like I said, even with Texas, you know, we're always going to protect home first. We're always going to protect home in our backyard, make sure we're you know, talking to our guys, talking to the coaches at these different high schools, building those relationships and telling those coaches that, hey, we're trying to choose the best guy. All right. And again, whether he's from Texas, whether he's from Louisiana, we want the best guy on and off the football field, whether we can develop him as a football player, as a young man, as a student athlete, the whole dynamics. We trying to develop the whole person itself.
I tease the Texans. They like our food, they like our culture, they like our dialect, but they don't want our players. Like you can't pick two.
You don't want ours.
That's
Coach,
a handful of them folks. Go ahead,
I got
Roland.
one question for you, man. I asked every coach this.
Yes, sir.
You know, because we are pretty much predominantly a fan-based show. Mm-hmm. What is it that the alums, the fans, the students, supporters, what is it that they can do to further help or to fill a gap for success for you guys?
Honestly, if I just had to say one thing, it would just be to continue to support. You know, adversity is gonna hit. You know, some things some people not gonna like, some things some people will like. But you gotta understand we're all on one accord. And I think that's just the you know, tradition of some of the other schools that I've been a part of. You know, win, lose, or draw, you know, they're diehards. And again, that's what we want to create here. And I know Prairie View has been, you know, the basically grandfather of the SWAC. You know, when you're talking about when it was first founded, but again, just being able to grow and get that fan base. And of course, I want to be where I can have Prairie View on my shirt and I can be in another country and they're going to know about Prairie View. That's where I want it to be. Again, I've been here 6 years. I think the fan growth has grown tremendously throughout the students, throughout the administration. So again, man, we just want to do better each and every year. And this season, I expect much more this upcoming season.
All right.
So, Coach, the schedule came out this week, and this road schedule is something else. We were talking about it from a fan perspective that, you know, we got to try to stay hydrated out in these streets. But, you know, when you look at it, you guys are playing in Dallas September 16th against SMU. Mm-hmm. Then you head off to Alcorn on the 23rd. Then you come back to Dallas to play Grambling. Mm-hmm. And then we got 2 home games, a bye week, but then we on the road to FAM for FAM's homecoming.
Yes, sir.
We gonna be there. Y'all, we gonna be there.
Yes, sir.
We already got our Airbnb booked. We'll be there.
Yes, sir.
So, and then come back from FAM for homecoming. So I don't know how we're gonna do that, but we're gonna try and make it work. But then right after that, we head off to Southern. So it's crazy out here with this road schedule. How do you prepare a team, especially with this defensive line that is relatively going to be a new group of guys? How do you get them to bond together to be able to sustain on this road schedule like this?
Well, it starts now with the guys that we have here. The new guys that we brought in, the guys that we have here for last season, they got to start gelling now, building that team chemistry, understanding the goal, understanding that, hey, there are going to be distractions on the road. Different things are going to happen, with travel, with the hotel, with the fan base, you name it. Something's going to happen. All right, but these guys got to understand the most important goal is sticking together and coming away with the W. That's the most important thing, is coming away with the W. So, again, like you said, I know you talked about Dallas twice, which is somewhere we're normally comfortable playing. Again, going to the reservation of Alcorn, going down to Southern, going to FAMU. Again, those going to be some pretty long trips. Southern's probably about 5 hours, and I know FAMU is probably going to be a flight for us. So, again, getting those guys mentally locked in and just understanding the whole purpose of the trip. It's not to go down there to have fun, not going down there to party or to be entertained. We are the show. So we're coming away to give a good game and, of course, take away a dub.
I tell you what, it damn sure better be a flight to Tallahassee.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, if they try to put y'all on a bus, y'all better be like, hell no.
Get on social media like, we gonna ride this bad boy.
See, they got us on this bus, huh?
I definitely think the flights is getting booked. Of course, like I said, I know usually when we travel to Alabama or when we travel to Florida, we're definitely taken care of on the flight. So again, I can't say that about my athletic department. So
Yeah. All
right. All right. Well, Coach Burton, we sure appreciate you joining us, and much success this year. We want to get back in that championship game, and we want to host it at PV this year. So let's get it done, Coach.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you guys, man, for having me on, man. You guys have a great day.
All right. Take care, Coach.
Yes, sir.
We'll be out there for spring practice.
Let me know.
There it is.
Let me know.
There it is.
All right, y'all.
All right. We'll be right back with some basketball.
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that.
All right. So, Joe, I understand I wasn't at the game against BCU, but tell us what happened, man. I heard there was some drama at the end there.
Well, the men's game, it was tough at the end, man. We were down by 2. It was a very tight game. BCU had the lead for the majority of the game, but the men's team made a great comeback at the end. We cut the lead down to 2. We were down by 2, 58-60. A couple seconds left in the game. Will Douglas intercepts a pass on BCU's side, goes down, goes up for the flush. BCU went up to contest it, not strong, just kind of got in the way a little bit, and Douglas missed the dunk. Man, that would have tied it with damn near no time left and sent it to overtime, and he missed the dunk. It was. I guarantee you right now, that kid is got his head down. He gonna dream about missing that dunk for a minute, because that would have been a highlight that he'd have had for the rest of his life. So yeah, man, that was a tough one. It was a tough one. We could
58-60 BCU at home. Woo.
Yeah, man, it was tough.
So what's going on with the ladies, man? The ladies have I think they are kind of hitting above their weight class right now.
Yeah, so they went on that 5-game run where they won 5 conference games in a row. Then they had a couple L's, and then they won against TSU. So we showed up yesterday against Saturday against BCU. They lost 49-59. It was a highly contested game, but it's like they just couldn't get into a rhythm, a shooting rhythm, and I don't know. They just didn't have it yesterday, man. Tamirico Taylor showed up. She got up 15 points. Diana Rosenthal got 10. Jerlene Smith got 9. But just overall, the team just was not hitting on all cylinders the way they did that we saw them against TSU. So, hey, they're 6-4 in conference play. They are looking good to make the tournament. Once you make the tournament, again, they've beat almost everybody in the conference. Mm-hmm. It's open season, man.
Including Jackson State.
They beat damn near everybody in the conference. And for the men too, if the men make the tournament, which it's going to be tight right now because they're 4-2, it's going to be tight on them making the tournament. But if you get in a SWAC tournament, men and women, it's open season because no one has been a definitive beast throughout conference play. It's everyone's been up and down.
Yeah. Yeah. Who had TSU being 0 for everything on the men's side? I didn't see that one coming. I did not see that one
At
coming.
all.
Yeah. So
Who
we
had them
know
owing anything, and then us playing them that tight? That was a that was
right.
a depressing thing.
Yes. So coming up, we got a home game against FAMU tomorrow. By the time this show airs, that game will have been played. But what are you looking for tomorrow?
I'm looking for limit the turnovers. I really want to see Jeremiah Grant has had a tough season. His shooting has been up and down. I really want to see him show up with some confidence in shooting a basketball. They've been bringing him off the bench recently. So if you can bring him off the bench with a hot hand, that would be great. I want to see Mr. Rosas show up and be that power in the paint with the ability to step outside and shoot the three. We got to see Douglas be the man who he was supposed to be when he showed up on campus and really dominate offensively. And you know what? Augustine has been playing really well. He was actually at a high point, man. He scored 15 for us yesterday. He just needs to continue doing what he's doing. And you know,
you just keep doing what you do.
That's it. Just keep doing what you're doing. But if we can limit the turnovers, play good defense. Coach Smith is on defense. Same thing with Coach Pugh on the women's side. Defense. If we can show up and play good defense and play and limit the turnovers from both the men's and women's team on a home court. And it was a nice, by the way, the atmosphere in the Baby Dome was nice, was electric Saturday night. It was Greek night. All the Greeks came out and stepped at halftime. FYI, man, these kids can't no more, bro. I don't care. I don't care. They can't step no more. They out there looking raggedy, bro. You ain't supposed to be practicing in public. You're supposed to practice before you show up.
So I'm saying y'all can't step no more.
They can't step no more. I'm sorry. But
so we need to apply the Board of Education to the seat of knowledge to give proper motivation for them to learn how to step again. Is that what you're saying?
Correct, sir. Yes. Besides that, no. So I anticipate the atmosphere for FAMU stepping on campus for the first time, I believe, in a Baby Dome to be electric. I'm sure the student body will be there. We need the fans to drive down and show out. Hope again, this show won't drop until the day after that game, but hopefully everyone will have shown up and given us a wonderful atmosphere. And hopefully we will send fam home all the way back to Tallahassee with that L.
Bring some snake repellent.
Yeah. Get your ass up out of here. But side note, I heard it from a good source. Regardless of how we do in the SWAC tournament this year, I heard it from a good source that it's some certified dogs waiting to step foot on campus for both the men's and women's basketball teams.
Oh, really?
Already lined up and ready to go.
Okay.
So that's just what I had heard while I was on the yard the other day. So we'll see. Coach Pugh and Coach Smith recruit. They recruit well. They have a history of coaching up everybody, regardless of the talent level. So they will finish this season out strong, and they've already got an eye towards their recruiting. When we're talking about National Signing Day, they've already got an eye towards recruiting for the 23-24 season as well. So we'll see. Right. We'll see what it look like tournament time.
There it is. All right, we're going to take another break, and we'll be right back with the We Ready shout-outs. All right, and we are back with the We Ready shout-outs. I've got one. Alumna Pamela Goins-Brown, class of 1984, has made history as Nevada's first black mayor. So she took over for the city of North Las Vegas as the mayor. So congratulations. She ready.
She ready.
Vegas. All right.
Interesting.
Yeah, Vegas, man. I'm going to be dropping her name.
You don't know me, do you?
You know who I am?
You know who I
Get
am.
the mayor on the phone.
See, we can't have nice things.
Okay.
That dude got in trouble down there in Vegas. Somebody get the mayor on the phone.
Right.
Get her down here now. I want to give a shout out to our preseason all SWAC softball players. Bavinia Figueroa, I know I destroyed her name. I'm sorry, baby. Jalen Davis, Audrey Garcia, and Kaylin Massey all have been voted to the preseason all SWAC softball team. They are the returning champions, so it ain't
Rings
like
up.
they haven't done it
Them
before.
paws up.
Them paws up. Hopefully they'll be getting their ring soon. But congratulations to the preseason all SWAC team selection. We hope and expect that you will be on the end of season all SWAC softball selection team. And we're ready for Coach Bland to put on a nice show with his team again this season. They ready.
They ready. Ro, you got anybody, or we gonna take this out of here?
Let's take us on out of here, man.
All right, let's see what we got. Shanetta is out on assignment, so it's left up to me. That's why I wore a tie today to look like a conductor. All right, here we go. PV.
You know.
No.
Damn tempo.
Just read his hands, man. He going one. Yes, your internet is slow. That's what that is.